I know nothing with any certainty, but the sight of the stars make me dream.
So everyone, we told you that Departure was going to be released here at BTMX with the band Seethe. We told you that we would have them live, and I told you that Patrick was an amazing man, and that he'd be back at the Underground. So this is the mastermind behind the album Departure. Highly addictive. Once you hear it, it's definitely going to kick you in your feelings, so if you weren't expecting that, how did you do it again?
How did I do it again? I, it's crazy because my last album I released, I think it would have been the end of September, and it's only been, I don't even think it's been 6 months yet, and it feels like it's been forever. I don't know. It feels like it was just yesterday, but it feels like it's been way longer than that. Just a lot of recording, writing, scrapping, starting over again. It's been interesting to say the least. Because it started out as an EP and then it went to a full length album. I think I had 12 tracks and then was going back through, and then I was just kind of snipping and cutting down this because it's a pretty dense set of tracks, and like I didn't want it to overstay its welcome. I wrote the album in a way to tell the story, and I wanted it to fit perfectly. Like, wanted it to be as perfect, raw, and brutal as I possibly could. So gave it the best of the best that I had with this set of tracks.
Well, I think you definitely nailed it right on the head, your passion with it, because this is a whole new side to Seethe that I've heard. Like, you could tell you were in different feelings when you made this album. And when this album finally got out of you, how did it feel? Was it like just a physical relief, or was it also an emotional relief that you were able to put your words into in raw emotion the way you wanted it on the tracks?
Both, I'd say.
Say. Departures was as fun as a record as it was to make. It was extremely painstaking. Um, I mean, to put it bluntly, the album is essentially a suicide letter. I was going through a lot of shit, and I was at the end of my rope, dude. And this is kind of me being able to be here today to tell my story, and not necessarily from the point of like, woe is me, my life was so bad, but more of like, this is what I was going through, and I'm here to tell you that there's you'll get past this. There's more to life beyond this. It's just a season. Things will get better. There is a light at the end of the tunnel.
Like I really,
If anybody is able to take anything from this record, it would be that right there.
And what gave you the strength to come back from your depression and be able to fight it?
I Bill, to be point blank with you, I was pretty close. I was there, and I pulled back at the last second, thankfully. And the thing about it was, there's an ignorant thing that's surrounding depression, and especially suicide and whatnot. People that don't understand it, when somebody commits suicide, oftentimes the rhetoric is, oh, well, they were a coward. How could they do that? And truth be told, and I used to be like that. I'll be the first to tell you. And the fact of the matter is, whether it's chemical, whether you have a lot going on in life or something just happened that made you snap, uh, you know, any logic and reason of who used to be there is gone. And you have tunnel vision. People can tell you, I'm sending positive vibes. It's going to get better. You could say stuff like that all day, but until somebody is able to get to that point to be able to see it, it's just dark, dude. And it's claustrophobic. And you feel like there's no way to get out. And until, unfortunately, some people don't make it out, man. I was one of the fortunate ones. And, whenever you go through that, you realize that, yes, there is a light at the end of the tunnel. This is only a season, but like anything in life, you have to get through it to get there.
So, from you suffering from depression, was it just like too much of work, family, and everything just coming down at once? And especially with you also being the owner of Brutal Business and also being an artist?
No. This
stems from just, I mean, it's not really one specific thing. I've always been an extremely passive aggressive person. I don't want to say, I've had the worst life growing up, but I've been through my, run of the shit. You know what I'm saying? I had a lot, and it was all internalized, and we just kept right here like a thorn in the side, never talked about it. And it was one of them things when things really come to a head for me and shit went down. People were shocked. People had no idea, blown away by it. And that's just how good I was at hiding things. And the thing is whenever I was able to bounce back from it, I grew up. I became what I needed to be. I became the father that I needed to be. And then you push that further, 5-6 months later, I ended up becoming a small business owner and owning a record label. I started my own solo project, why we're here right now. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, it's just crazy, man. I mean, I'm further along than I ever expected to be. Not that I'm saying I'm the shit or, like I'm a world famous star or anything. But dude, like things that are happening right now in my life are things that I had dreamed of. And I wasn't about to give it the time of day to see that it would get to this point. You know what I'm saying? So like I said, if my message, if you take anything away from my message, it's that there is a light at the end of the tunnel. You got life left in the tank. Keep pushing.
So, like everybody doesn't understand, there's only two people to the band Seethe? Or just...
It's just Seethe is just me. It's just all
I have a list full of producers that I go through for beats and whatnot. I always make sure that my ass is covered on the legal end of things. I buy the full rights to the track, outright, and then I do my thing, or I make sure I have an exclusive lease or something like that, or it's leased out in some form or fashion. Uh, I write and record all the vocals. My boy Gus Wallner from You Think Music, he does all the mixing and mastering to me, and anytime him or I hear any little bells and whistles and whatnot, he can add in. He goes and does that. Gus, the thing about this record, as compared to the last couple, Abstract Thoughts and Blueprints for Introspection, was like the last two were cleaner in production. But what was cool about the this album is like I wanted it dirty as possible. I wanted to get everything like as close to being blown out and distorted and grimy and dirty, but still sound good. And Gus really come through on that, man. Like, and that goes back to the other talented producers that made up the instrumentals and whatnot, because they did fantastic and amazing work with this. But like I didn't want something clean. Like I wanted it to be just dark and dirty and in your face, raw as hell. And just everybody across the board, man, just some people like I've had reviews and stuff for the album so far and the singles, and some of the guys are like, oh, it's a little too dirty and distorted for my taste, and others are like, fucking yeah, that's what's up. That is raw, it's heavy but clean. Just so it's like anything with music, it's subjective. But like I had a point that I just wanted this grimy, distorted, dark, takes you down to the pits of hell kind of album, with the message I was putting into it and all the lyrical content. So shout out to Gus Wallner, dude. That he's my boy, man, for real.
So you definitely got what you wanted out of this album, because the first song I heard from Departure, guys, was his song Pig Vic. You guys seen it all week long. You seen it on the Underground show. And when I heard it, I give you a fair view. It was right on point. Like everything, all the lyrics to that, the way you made it feel, the way Gus made your voice sound. I mean, that was this is like, if I had to pick out of all the CDs I would want the most, this would be it.
Pig Thick was actually the first song written and
recorded for the album. Doesn't matter.
And now you guys are going to be ending up hearing his tracks throughout the rest of the show. But this man has came up with amazing CD Departures, now released on all major music platforms. Am I correct?
Yes, sir.
So right now, you can go and get this exciting album, have it right there at the tip of your fingers. Go ahead and pre-order it, add it on your Spotify. Go anywhere it possibly can be, and it's right there for you guys. So keep that in thought. Don't forget, if you want to have any questions for him throughout this interview, please leave them in the comments, and he's an amazing man. He'll answer them the best he can. So going back to, you came out with the dark and grimy, and now, like, are you going to be able to stick with that, or are you going to try to come up with something new again?
I've been kind of, after this album, I'm not going to release another album for a while. I plan on just kind of sticking to singles. I already have a handful of singles that are already done and ready to go that are either new or didn't make the album. And just kind of like, I don't want to give people the same, like I'm going to mix it up a little bit. Like I got some creepy tracks. I got some really heavy and distorted tracks. I got some ones that are a little bit more melodic and trappy. So just kind of building onto the discography and trying to make sure that whenever I put out a single, that it gets the love and attention it deserves, and to people's ears and whatnot.
But it's pretty up.
In the writing process, right? Like I said, I just got one back from Gus today. Pretty excited how it turned out, so it's gonna be good, dude. I'm excited. The brain never stops. Like I told myself, I didn't want to write for a while for this project, and it doesn't stop, dude. I'm a stone cold. I go to bed thinking about writing music. I wake up thinking about writing music. So
I'm not sure of any content.
So my question is, are you going to be live anytime as any live? You're going to be doing any concerts soon as Seethe somewhere close around here?
Yes. I was
over at the Outpost in Ohio about a month ago now. This past weekend, I was out in Oil City with for the Scarecrow Feaster Fest with another brutal business act called Lost in the Mutiny. So that was a fun little DIY show we played. Played a couple new tracks up there, and then in 2 weeks on May 8th, I'm heading up to Punxsutawney to play with Tabula Rasa, San Francisco Sex Toys, The Wasted, Assault on Fifth, and I feel like I'm missing another band somewhere in there, but
It'll be a pretty dope show. All the guys that are playing that show are fun as hell. They're great. They're talented. It's going to be nice
because I haven't seen any of them since the very end of 2019. So it's kind of like a nice little get together for me.
So if somebody comes to the show, they're going to be able to buy the CD, the album Departure right there. Will you have copies and stuff like that? And do you have other merch around Departure?
I'm going to be having t-shirts
here in the very near future. With the right now, I have the Abstract Thoughts robot for t-shirts. I'm going to have a t-shirt with the with the Departures artwork and stuff. I'll have CDs. We have stickers now, thanks to Silhouette Death. I actually just got them in the mail, D's, if you're watching with us. Yeah, I'm gonna have some other stuff. Yeah, and then we have Brutal Business merch and stuff with us as well. So yeah, we'll be pretty well covered on the merch front for the most part.
So you guys get to hear that. Not only that, you get to go to a live event and experience his emotions for yourself, but you also get to be able to buy a raw copy of the album right there and some of his other merches along with it. So keep that, guys, in mind. And what date was that again? And where can they see you?
May
8th. At the I think Dixon. It's a house show essentially. I think Dixon's calling it the Haunted Shithole, but Justin Dixon's the one who's throwing it. He's the owner of Prevailer Entertainment. Awesome promoter. Punxsutawney, Du Bois area, great guy. Love working with him. Been friends with him for a while now. It'll be nice to play a show for him again. He always has a good time, man.
So we do got some comments, and one's from Rain, who is part of Soul Snatchers. She says her favorite song for her would be Pig Dick, and I'm definitely going to check out the rest of the album. Keep up the amazing music. Rayman, who is part of our Shadow Squad, the Berserker team, said he wants to know how you're doing and are you enjoying your interview? Are you happy about this album being out for the world to be able to grasp it now?
Oh, absolutely. It's always good company talking to you, Bill. You guys are always great. I'm definitely, glad to be here and working with you guys. And yes, I am very, very happy to finally unleash this album. I'm extremely proud of it. A lot of work went into it. I feel personally as an artist, it's some of my best and most expressive yet. And it's nice now too that I have some shows to at least be able to unleash these things. That's what's going to be up right there, is playing these songs live.
And I keep getting the questions. Brutal Business ever thinking about picking up the internet version of doing concerts, and maybe have like a company like mine go ahead and promote it and have you guys go through it for it, or are you just going to do something for Brutal Business?
It's been something we've talked about off and on. It's just a
matter of so many projects and whatnot going on, and it's one of them things too. Like, if we're gonna do it, I don't want to half-ass it. I want to make sure we have the proper tech to make sure it looks and sounds good for everybody. I'm kind of holding on. If shows definitely weren't a thing right now, we would probably be doing that. But with things starting to open back up and us, some of us starting to get shows and whatnot, we're kind of just, slowly easing back into it, if you will.
Now, a lot of people have the controversy of like everything's opening back up, but COVID's not gone. What are you prepared if it gets bad again to where the shows are starting to be canceled again and stuff like that?
Like I said, if it
gets bad again, like doing the whole live stream concert, that will be a priority. But it was one of them things too. Whenever COVID happened, like, I had just gotten Brutal Business Entertainment. I went through a lot of growing pains in a very, and there was no way to prepare for something like that. And it was just whenever everything. I mean, I'm sure you felt the same way. Whenever you heard about the coronavirus and things shutting down, you probably thought, yeah, fucking right. It's just, it's crazy. It was crazy, and but I mean, I think right now we're a little bit more prepared with everything. We've definitely uh, gotten a little bit better at our internet presence and ways to broadcast ourselves and whatnot. We definitely have a lot of brand new connections and companies such as yourself that we're very excited to work with and see what comes in the future. It's just a matter of just this summer, over the course of the next month and a half, I'm going to say is whenever we're really going to see where the world is at with COVID.
Well, Rayman from Shadow Squad says, thank you so much for the great music. He enjoyed every bit of it. He's actually added a couple of your songs to the show when they go to do gaming. Um, Solo at Death. Yeah, Solo at Death says, what's up? He missed what you said earlier to him.
We got stickers, brother.
Thank you very much.
Everybody's not finally showing up. I think they forgot the show started at 8. But, guys, keep sharing.
I was just going to say, it's all good. We'll be sharing it around and whatnot after the fact anyway, over the next couple days. So.
And right now, you can catch us on YouTube and Facebook. We're not going to go ahead and do Twitch with this because I didn't want any lag or anything for this. This man has put a lot of work into the CD departure. We've been bragging about it. We've been seeing promos. You're going to see even more promos that are in the mix for this. Even a small little bit of a music video for him produced by BTMX, because how much inspiration we actually got from the CD and him working with us. So definitely go check it out. It's on every music platform right now. You cannot miss this album. If you can actually go over and watch it on YouTube if you want, and right there's all the links. You can catch it at Brutal Business Entertainment. It's a lot easier to find his CD that way, or just type in the album Departure by Seethe. You can find it that way because it's actually what's it called? It's not really like a link straight to him. It's more like a description. So it brings you everything that has to be really, with you. So if you have any questions about how he came out with the music he did and what's his meaning behind it, and I'm going to go ahead and start off with that. So me and you were talking about Picnic before this, and you kind of got my feedback. And what was your meaning to Picnic? What was the emotion that you were trying to get across?
I mean, you kind of nailed it on the head. Pigfic personally was that I want to end it all, but I don't have the balls to do it. I'm gonna do it, but no, I'm not gonna do it. I'm gonna do it. No, I'm not gonna do it. That's essentially what that song was about. Your way sounded more sophisticated and in depth.
So, and most of my team are in here and they've played it or listened to it. So we want to hear your guys' feedback. What did you get from it? Because I told them my thoughts and where my darts were just like this. The way I picked up from the song was it was somebody struggling with themselves through pain, yet they wanted to deny the pain was there, not deal with it, but at the same time constantly be in deep sorrow and just never find a way out. You're just constantly arguing with yourself because your pride gets in the way. Somebody sees you crying, so you man up and try to act like it's not there until it's too late. So that's what I got from it. So, while they're trying to catch up with the comments and stuff like that, with the Departure now released, I bet it feels like a big breath of air, so you can go ahead and start releasing your singles and stuff that you've already had backed up and ready.
It's just nice to have it out there.
Like I said, I'm very, very proud of how all the tracks come out with this. Very glad that I at least have some shows lined up in the near future. To be able to actually push this ad properly, like in a live setting, because I mean, I'm a stone cold songwriter, but dude, there's nothing. Writing and performing are two totally different animals. You know what I'm saying? Like, I love getting up and just bleeding on stage, for this music. You know what I'm saying? Just laying it all out there. So that's the very exciting thing for me, at least going around with this project. But yeah, it's just nice to finally get them out there, and then probably wait a couple months, and then I'll start, gripping the singles out. Maybe like one a month or one every other month or something.
So another good question I have for you is: have you ever like tried to perform one of your songs on stage and one that was attached to a certain emotion, and while you're performing it, the emotion hits you and kind of like brings tears to your face, and the memory of that feeling? Have you ever had that issue?
I've never necessarily had that happen, but typically, like I always have an intro set up, to kind of kick things off. I just take that minute to kind of get into that headspace, and then, as soon as the first note hits, boom, the rest is history. Just let it rip.
So Anthony said A, and Ray said I feel the same. You hit it right on the nail, right on the top of the head. He's basically saying he thought exactly what I thought. Um, so we're up to 6 viewers. Thank you so much, guys, for your shares. And, definitely share this out. This man has released his soul, his blood, sweat, and tears in this album. Definitely worth every bit that he did for us. I believe the world, and as soon as the music gets around the world, like I've been trying to spread it, it's definitely going to be helping others who didn't have voices to be able to talk about the topics that you did. You're going to be giving them a voice. To also, there's a lot of people suffering with depression due to coronavirus, family members dying, different life situations. As a lot of them don't have a voice, and then you came out with an album like Departure that kind of gives them a voice all the way through the pain, even to the ending. So, to be able to give so many people a voice that didn't have one, how does that make you feel?
I mean, at the end of the day, would it be nice to be a rock star and make millions and millions of bucks? Yeah, but at the end of the day, what you just said right there kind of encapsulates how I feel about it. Like the music for me is just, like I said, this album was just extremely cathartic. Me coming out of what I was going through and dealing with it you know what I mean? And just getting it out there and fleshing it out. And if somebody can take something positive away from it, that's what's up.
So you got Rain, where she's actually suffering from cancer for the third time. She's battling it, and we just got the CD for you to do Departure. So all of these songs she's kind of relating to right now, and she struggles with her fight against cancer for the third time. So your music has helped her a lot. That's what she's saying over here in the comments, and that's my big sister. So I talk to her daily. She loves the music that you came up with, especially on this album, because it's hitting everywhere she needs to be able to say stuff. And then you got Solo at Death Set and getting lost in the memory of a song. That's how he does it.
That's what's in it.
And then Rain also says, I have my days where I feel exactly what you said, but I know I gotta fight.
That's right. You got to fight the good fight. Couldn't have said that any better. That's what's up.
And the thing
that's crazy about depression is you think you're alone. Like somehow, it's crazy because we know, like we all understand how big an issue depression is, and and how encompassing it is. But like whenever whenever it really gets into you, it's crazy how it just isolates you, and it gets you in that mentality. Whenever really, if you open up, there's somebody around you that understands what you're going through. Maybe not specifically what you're going through, but they get the essence of. It's just crazy. It's the horrible disease, man. Horrible, horrible, horrible disease.
Ray says people don't understand, but depression is a monster, and he's correct because I suffered the depression, and then like when COVID hit, I lost my job. I started this with a dream. Then I met you, and then I met everybody who came with you, and now look where we're at. And you showed me the light at the end of the tunnel. You know what I mean? Way before the album, and then you let us be a part of your album drop, which means a lot to me because you're one of my mentors. If you guys did not know, Brutal Business Entertainment has been a sponsor of BTMX since the day it started. Pretty much. And
I'm trying to remember, how did we come in contact with one another? I
Um,
think you were just sharing stuff, and I reached out and I was like, "Hey, thanks."
yeah.
I think that's kind of how
it initially started.
Yep, I found Brutal Business page. I start sharing it, and then you contacted me.
it feels like a lifetime ago. Really.
It was barely a year ago.
Yeah,
Isn't that crazy?
well, BTMX actually had just had their anniversary last month on the 13th of March. We're officially a year old. Um, we have had our ups and downs, but like I'm saying, your music and depression, it really does get you down, makes you feel alone. That's why I created shows like Karen Share, so people can have a place to come and vent and listen to music like yours and just enjoy it and rock out. You know, like no judgment. I believe if more people did that with one another without casting judgment first and starting to notice somebody's pain, I think a lot of these problems with depression would slowly go away, but still be there. Because you can't help somebody who doesn't want help; they can only conquer their own demons. And Rain says I have it too, plus PTSD and anxiety. So music like yours is going to give help out a lot of people be able to express themselves in a healthy way. So, what is your dream in the next year or so with Seethe? Where do you see you going with this?
I don't know. A lot of that kind of depends on where the world goes via the coronavirus. If things go back to normal, if things go back into shutdown mode. Personally, for me as an artist, like I'm, even though like I only have a couple shows lined up, like I've certainly not lacking on work. I have a mess ton of features that I have to do. I have already have a bunch of songs that I've been featured on that are starting to drop. Amazing tracks that I've been super proud to be a part of. Like you have to understand, I've only been doing vocals for like 4 years now, and like I was told for years, like you're not a singer. Just keep playing guitar, stay off the mic. And whenever my band Nine Stitch Method had started, Yeti was really one of the first people. For those of you that don't know, Yeti is my guitar player in Nine Stitch Method. Like he was the one who like believed in me and was like, "Yeah, like you got this, you can do this. Like let's fuck it up." And to go from being a nobody and being shit on constantly, being told you can't sing, to people all across the globe, reaching out to me to be on their, music, and people in not just music in general, but I mean, just like seriously talented individuals, dude. Like it's crazy for me, So I'm just soaking it up, putting my nose to the grindstone, and just getting to work.
So, talking about you're building more and more contacts as people tore you down as a singer, and then you came out and you showed them that they were wrong. Was that a hard transition to make for yourself, like mentally?
Oh yeah, dude. It's still something I go through.
The best way I can describe being a singer is it's the funnest, most stressful job ever. Because like I had the raw talent, but like me and my wife, we were talking on BBE chat the other day. Um, she was like, "You never used to listen," or she's like, "If you would just listen to me once in a while, you'd be better off." And one of the things she used to tell me when I was trying to sing was like, "You're singing from your throat. You need to be singing from your diaphragm." And I was like, "Oh, I'm not singing from my throat." Oh, dude, I was when Nine Stitch Method started, when we played our first show, dude. For a while there, we would do a 25-minute set. My voice would be toast. I couldn't talk for like the rest of the day. I had to learn how to scream, learn how to sing. And it's just evolving and just learning different techniques and stuff. I try not to. We're all you're all everyone's going to be able to compare and whatnot, but I try not to sound. I just try to sound like me at the end of the day. It's been cool. Like I listened back to whenever I first started to listen to where I'm at now vocally, and I'm just like, wow, dude, what a difference. So it's been a pretty cool journey.
Well, we do got some comments. Rain says, "I love it." She's once again she wants to let you know she loves your music. So is Rain. Rain and Sage are both here. Solet does know he knows how that feels about somebody downing him. He got told that he should just stick to screams and growls. that he couldn't sing. And
I would say anybody.
in that position, your biggest asset is to be able to take constructive criticism and to be able to really delve into your talent, where you're actually at, and look at it and see, okay, where do I got to go to get from point A to point B? Because that's what it was for me. Like I used to get really upset, and I get offended and whatnot, and be like, I don't suck, But then it was like, yeah, no, I do suck. I really need to learn how to do this properly. You know what I'm saying? But that, the ability to take constructive criticism will take you a long way.
and that's how you build as a character in your business and as an artist too, because that's how we upgraded. We took when you guys told us, hey, if you want to look better, you need to do this. So, and the only way to make yourself successful is to constantly evolve yourself.
Exactly. Like
You
you
don't,
don't, especially
especially
like,
like in this kind of business, you don't want to be the same person that you were 5 years ago. You want, you know, I want it plain as day. You know what I mean? You're like, holy crap! Like he's come a long way. So yeah, exactly. You nailed it on the head.
And so we do deal with a lot of up and coming artists that see a lot of stuff that we share of yours, and also not only just your CD departure. Um, would you ever collab with an up and coming artist who is brand new to the scene?
Oh yeah, absolutely. My biggest, I'll collab with any artist, big or small. My main point is that it has to be a quality product. There has to be some decent. Yeah, it doesn't necessarily have to be top notch. It can be pretty raw, but like there has to be some decent production going into it. The person who's I'm going to be bringing you and making sure I give you my best. But you have to be making sure that you're giving me a tight product as well. That's my main point with working with people. You feel like there's times I feel like a dick. I've turned people down, but it's just my name at the end of the day is going to be on that. And is it going to hurt me or is it going to benefit me?
Now, you hearing my business partner Solo at Death Music, would you ever collab with him?
Funny. I hope he's listening.
I actually have something. I don't know when, but I have something that I could actually use his vocals on, because that dude's voice. He sent me this track the other day. It was all a cappella. And for those of you that might be watching that have never actually listened to Silhouetted Death, I highly urge you to do it. Because dude's got an extremely good knack for melody and crooning, and it just kind of hypnotizes you and brings you in with the way he does his harmonies and whatnot. It's very dark, very melancholy and somber. But I actually have something I might put him on here in the future.
And
You heard it first. There might be a Seethe and Silhouetted Death track in the near future before the end of 2021.
I can't wait for that, especially the way if you make it look like make a sound, both of you, because I know the way he is, and then make it sound like the album Departure, the way your voice was in that. Oh my god, that's going to be killer.
Well, it kind of goes back to like, it all depends on, because like, yeah, I'm a heavy metal vocalist, but I kind of go off of sonically what the beat calls for. Like if it's real crazy and distorted, like I'm gonna do like the deeper gutturals and stuff like that. But then like you have songs kind of like Pig Thick, for example, where I do kind of like the pitched screams, where like I'm screaming but I'm hitting notation. It all depends. But like I have a track that I've been sitting on that I haven't been able to figure out what to do with. I feel like if I hook up with D's, like he'll be a perfect shoe-in for it.
And it's artists like you that help give people inspiration, because like between you and Dead, I've actually been starting making beats myself. I've also started making I'm starting to record for Dead in the background, so yeah, he's teaching me as I go, so I'll be coming out as doing that in the future as an artist because of you guys. So Any more comments for him? Anybody? Any questions you guys want? Feel free to ask. Like I said, he will answer them to his best of his ability. So, coming up with departures released, everyone can get it at the grab. You already have merch for it. You already told them on May 28th, right? Or May 18th.
May 8th.
May 8th.
Me too. Yes.
You got out there playing live. Silhouette Dennis says, thanks for that, bro. I'll be waiting for that for sure. A nice thing also here at BTMX, we also mix and master music, and that actually all goes through Dead. So, like, we're growing. Definitely because of people like you and the amazing, your belief in us. And, I'm really glad that this album came out, and I'm glad that now I have friends that are now spreading around over in India and Egypt and Nigeria and stuff like that as well. And they love it over there. I haven't had no bad feedback from that.
Much love, dude. Thank you.
So, Rayman from our Shadow Squad, who does gaming, he asked, does he play games and would he want to do a special where it's all featured around you and your album? Go over and play some Call of Duty or something?
I get questions like this all the time, and I feel really bad because I don't game at all. You could ask pretty much anybody else for the most brutal business about gaming, and 90% of them be like, "Fuck yeah!" But like, I don't game. I just don't have the time for it with everything that's going on. I work odd shifts. I'm a father too. I'm a husband, recording artist, freelance artist. I run brutal business. There's just no time in the day. Every now, I was actually thinking about, you're bringing up gaming. I was thinking about buying like an OG PlayStation or PlayStation 2 and getting like Spyro and Crash Bandicoot. Yeah, just because that was pretty much like when I stopped gaming, was right around that era. But I got to thinking to myself, I'm like, when am I going to be able to play it? Now my kids I don't know where my kids got it. My kids are going to be gamers. I can tell you that. Like, they're addicted to Minecraft right now. Addicted to it. It's funny as hell, dude. They get on YouTube. They watch Mario, people playing Mario games and stuff like that. Like, they're all about it, dude. They definitely didn't get it from me.
So, Lloyd Elsman said Spyro is the shiz.
Spyro is the shiz. Fucking A, dude. That's what's up.
The nice thing about that is they actually put Crash and Spyro. They made packs for them for the Xbox One. So you can get every single, yeah. So, Rayman, his answer to that is no gaming. Nice try, though. Nice try trying to steal my interview. Anyways. Ring says she has a PS2 in both of those games.
Yep.
Ray said he has both. So, yeah, they're trying to get more and more artists to do that as well, too. Is come on and play games so that everybody can get to know them that way and also do that. So, yeah, that was a fair question. And, like, you'll be hearing more of your music at their events. They're going to be having a big event on the 12th where we're going to be doing a 24-hour challenge for Destiny 2 where we're going to actually have your music as a feature.
Oh, cool. Thank you.
So,
if he's interested in having one of the BBE artists like out for something like that, like for a feature on his show or something, just shoot a message. And like I said, I got plenty of gamers over here at BBE that I'd be glad to throw his way.
Yeah, because the gamer I was thinking of most to start him off with would be with Demo Demon, because he's been doing that for quite a while.
Yeah, Demo, Carcass would be another good one. Freddie Webb's probably be good. There's a bunch of them to play games over there. Dude.
Mad Clocks, guys of we can go on for days.
Pretty much everybody except for me plays games. Maybe a couple others, but like I'm kind of like the weird one out that like doesn't do any gaming or anything like that. And then like we had our streaming event last year for the Children's Miracle Network. Like we went over there and everyone was taking turns playing and whatnot on demo setup, and like, you want to turn? I'm like, I'm good. I'm just here for the company. You know, just like here chilling with y'all. Like, do what you're doing, man.
So, and you guys actually give us much inspiration because part of the 24-hour event that we're doing on Destiny 2, we're actually creating a donation for a way for people to help out with people like cancer, like Rain. It's called Fuck the Hat Trick because this is her third time having it. We're actually going to be premiering that whole the whole event and stuff like that for tonight. You can go ahead and do donations. But at the gaming crew, they called it something else. I think it's like one bullet in the chamber for cancer. Nathan's brother-in-law came up with the name for that. So they're going to be doing a special 24-hour challenge on Destiny 2 for people to come help donate for money to help people like Rain who are fighting cancer. We'll end up having all the resources up there and stuff for them. But your music will be featured at the show with Dads, the only two artists that you'll probably hear the whole entire show. Because we'll make sure that they know Departure by the end of it. so, they're telling me they're correcting the name for it. It's called Killing Cancer One Bullet at a Time. That's the name of their gaming event for the 24-hour challenge. And that's the name what they're going to be doing. So it's called Killing Cancer One Bullet at a Time.
That's awesome.
So everyone listens to that. On the 12th, we're going to have a 24-hour gaming challenge. You guys can jump in for a small donation of $3 if you want to play with the team. Not only that, you'll be hearing this man's album, which dropped today on all major music platforms. Departure. You'll be hearing songs like Picnic and Heaver and Heave and others. Thank you for that. Thank you for that amazing share. Also, thank you for the follow. So, is there anything that you want your fans to know about this album that they wouldn't kind of get by themselves? Do you think?
If there was a song I wanted anybody to listen to, I would have to say it would be Fate. And the reason I say that is for my producer's sake. You got to understand, most of the tracks were like I would record and I would ship it off to Gus, and like most of the time he would give me like the first revision, and it would be like I'd be like, that's it, that's good. Maybe we would have like, maybe bump the volume up here and there, But Fate, I swear to God, dude, we went through like 20 revisions of that friggin' track. I thought Gus was gonna kill me at one point. The producer who did that, Frozen Witches, amazingly talented composer and producer. I bought the WAV file, full rights, and recorded it, fell in love with that friggin' song. But like the production on it was kind of So I went back, paid a little bit extra, and I got the stems off of him. And Gus ended up having like I wanted more kick drum in that, and then it was too much kick drum. Yeah, but like I think there was like five reiterations in a row. I'm like, bro, you got to bring that kick drum up. And finally, he was like, if you tell me that there's, well, what did he say? If you tell me it needs more kick one more time, I'm gonna come up, because he lives down in Brazil. I'm gonna come up with the A and I'm gonna kick you myself. I'm like, no, it's good. But then like if there was I could hear other things I wanted changed, but like I just waited. Like I would wait like 3 weeks before I'd even bring it up. Like I would just let him, or I would give him a couple more tracks and I'd be like, hey buddy, do you remember that song? Like, but yeah, that song was painstaking to say the least. But that's one of my favorite tracks off the album, just because all the work him and I put into that. It was a fun one. He actually went in there, like I said, we got the stems for that, and he went in, he like redid the bass drum pattern, he added some like cymbals and stuff, just beefed it up all around. That was a fun one to do. I don't know. My thing is that album is meant to be listened to loud. It's heavy, so just blare that motherfucker.
You already blew my car speakers.
I believe it.
So, coming towards the end of the interview, we want to go ahead and thank you so much for taking the time out to come be a part of BTMX and also letting us be a part of the major release for the album Departure. You like I keep saying, you guys can find that on every music platform right now. You can even find it over on YouTube. If you need to find it even faster, go over to Brutal Business on Facebook, and you can go ahead. You'll see it on there. If not, you can go to the Seeth's webpage. You can find them right. That's all the information is right there. After on the Seethe has its own Facebook page. You can find all the information about the album, posters that we have made, and etc. If you would like a poster, and it's $15 for it, just put your order in through BTMX, and we'll print you a poster that we have made for him, and the money will be split between Mr. Patrick from Seethe and Brutal Business Entertainment. So definitely, if you want your own customized poster, definitely let us know. It's only $15 for that, and that's just for the Departure album. So, is there any other things that you would like to tell your fans before we go? Like, is there anything that you want to get across to them so they understand you more as an artist?
Oh, dude, just thank you so much. Like I said, as an artist right now, I'm extremely blessed with being so busy as far as writing and recording and doing features and just people having a good group of people sharing my stuff and promoting my stuff all around. Just enjoying the music and all the positive feedback I've gotten from it and everything. Just thank you for taking time to listen to a nobody, make a nobody feel like somebody. Thank you guys for supporting me as a musician, my company, Brutal Business Entertainment. Yeah, like I said at the beginning of the interview, man, there's always light at the end of the tunnel, and you still got gas left in the tank. Keep trucking on.
So, how much is for the album Departure to buy a shirt from Brutal Business Entertainment? What is it? Yeah, what is the price for the album Departure from through the Brutal Business Entertainment?
So, but right now, I think the only place I have it technically for sale would be like iTunes and like Bandcamp. Bandcamp, I think the album's like $9 because there's 9 tracks. I'll have physicals by the 8th, whenever my next show is. But yeah, I would say Bandcamp would be the best place.
Now, the other question I have is, if a fan wants to buy one off of you signed, how could they go about doing that?
Just message the page. Just message me. You can find me on Instagram, Facebook, or my personal page.
You can find Seethe and Brutal Business on Facebook, Twitch, Instagram, YouTube, TikTok, Twitter. Yeah. They're everywhere, so it's not hard to get a hold of them.
Yeah, so I mean, yeah, like just reach out to me. You can get. I'll have the shirt design ready to go here very shortly, so we'll have them for sale at shows and online for them, people to purchase and whatnot. Yeah.
And how much is it for a sticker from the Departure album?
The sticker?
I think like $1. If I'm sending out a packet, like a package, like a CD and a shirt, whatnot, I'll probably just throw them in there for free.
So you heard that, guys. You can get free stickers if you go ahead and buy a shirt and album. So guess what you need to do? Go over, buy a shirt and album on the 8th. Don't forget. We won't let you forget here at BTMX. When he actually has physical copies, we'll make sure there's a promo up that day reminding everyone that you can go ahead and get this physical copy. Because sometimes it's better to have a physical copy than it is a digital, just for keepsakes.
Exactly. I got like right now. I pretty much keep all my CDs, like all of my personals, like for Seethe and On-Stitch Method. I keep them in the China cabinet. A buddy of mine from over in the UK, his band Wreck of the Minotaur, who they were pretty big back in around 2010, 2011. They reissued a cassette tape of their one and only EP, and I bought that in the China cabinet as well. That's kind of what I've been doing. I just keep them as keepsakes in the China cabinet.
So everyone here at the Underground want to tell you thank you for coming and releasing your CD with us. Thank you so much for not jumping over the ledge, because you need just next time you feel that, remember there's other people out there that love and respect you because of what you're doing.
Exactly. Much love to you guys.
Too, man. Y'all put in some good work for me. Y'all are always great people to work with. I appreciate and love y'all very, very much, man. Thank you for letting me ramble on here for an hour with you, man. It's been fun. It's been great. Thank you for all the hard work you put in.
And we plan on doing more because you're worth every minute of it. So we're going to go ahead and let you go. We want to thank you so much for being on the show and taking the time out with us. So everybody, do not forget March 8th, May 8th, he's going to be doing a live concert. You can go there and get hard copies right there with him, or you can order them online from Brutal Business Entertainment. Get shirts, get stickers, get albums, all worth the money. So once again, thank you guys, for watching me in front of his interview, and thank you so much, Patrick, for having an amazing voice and gift.
Much love, brother. Much love.
All right, and we're gonna go ahead and let you go. You got anything else you'd like to say?
Just thank y'all very much. Keep an eye out over at Brutal Business Entertainment. We got a bunch of badass releases and music getting ready to come up. Obviously, Seethe Departures dropped today. Earlier this month, Morbid Psychosis with his EP Blood, Sweat, and Years. We got Johnny Grimes coming up with the Gritty Rock Show. That'll be dropping the beginning of May. June, we have Mad Clock. Lots of great underground content coming. We would appreciate the follow. Shows are hopefully going to keep coming back. You'll be seeing us more around the tri-state area, West Virginia, PA, Ohio, and hopefully further beyond. Much love to everyone that supports us and follows us over at Brutal Business Entertainment. We're nothing without you guys, so thank you very much. All righty, buddy. Have a good one. Bye-bye.
So after a brief break, I get to go unleash the demons from hell to come join me on my show. But while you guys are waiting for us to come back from our demonic pits, we're going to go ahead and let you hear another song straight off the album Departure, which was released today. This is the song Cleansing by Seethe.